powered by FanDuel. Colby Marshall here alongside me is the yogurt eating man himself, Jake Hassan. We'll let him finish that last goop scoop of yogurt. Big day today, big show today. We got day baseball all day long today. Ton of stuff to talk about. Baseball is in full swing. We might actually need 2 hours to talk, but we won't do that. We won't talk your ear off 2 hours straight because, hey, we got things to do too, people. But we love doing this every single week, Wednesdays and Fridays for
I
you
got nothing to do
guys.
the rest of the day. So
Well, I do. Anywho, we got asked. I got asked on Friday, how come we don't do Mondays? And I'm like, schedule. Like this doesn't pay the bills yet. Yet. You always got to use the word yet. Yet. But
manifest.
if it did, I would do this 7 days a week.
I would love to do this 7 days a week.
Used to do it and then couldn't take PTO. Here I am now. Jake, how you doing? Happy Wednesday.
Hey man, yeah. I also would like to do this 7 days a week. But can't win them all. So you know what? We take what we got. And
I just got a haircut.
happy to be here. And I got a haircut like 2 weeks ago. I've had a haircut.
I've had a haircut too. Amanda's saying my hair looks long. It's probably because of the product. So I found out, we'll talk hair for a bit. We'll talk hair. I can't use clay. Clay doesn't work with my hair because as soon as it gets a little sweaty, as soon as it gets a little wet, it just unleashes. If I use pomade, what's going on, Chewy? If I use pomade, I could ruin it, and put it back. And it works. And that's doing your hair with Colby Marcio. Did we lose Jake? Did we lose Jake? He just said he got booted. All right. Well, we got a lot to talk about. I'll see if Jake can come back. But I'll talk about my trip to Bass Pro Shop yesterday. It's going to suck that Jake's not here while I talk about this because it's just funny stuff. So I went to Bass Pro on my day off yesterday. I like going to Bass Pro Shop. It's fun. As I know you guys probably think just because I lived downtown for almost 10 years. Sorry about that. That I don't do outdoorsy things outside of walk around the city. No, I grew up fishing, love fishing, and I don't have any fishing equipment. So any extra cash I'm getting in the meantime is going towards the fishing fund. Like anything from Substack is definitely going to be going towards a fishing pole or a rod. I have literally nothing. I've never had to start from scratch from fishing before. I mean, I haven't had to buy a rod or reel in 15 years. I was asking my uncle, who's a former professional fisherman, what's a good cheap rod for under a reel for $100? And he gave me an idea. But going in to the Bass Pro Shop on a Tuesday afternoon around 12:30, 1:30 Central Standard is like going into Fort Knox. Maybe it's just me because I had no plan going in other than checking prices because I had nothing really else to do besides go to the gym. And that's boring on your day off. But if you've never been to a Bass Pro Shop, it's basically like going to Bath and Body where they have so many workers and they don't need that many workers, but it's all retirees. So I feel like they're overly watching me. And I felt like they thought I was stealing because I told them anytime they asked me if I need help that I was just goofing off. So I really got anxious sitting there and just looking at stuff. I felt like they thought I was stealing and I had to leave. So I've done half my research online and I just want to bring I have a little problem. I just want this little guy back in my life. I just want him back in my life. And that is me in Siesta Key, Florida. Black drum. Caught that on a freshwater Ugly Stick rod. Shout out to Ugly Stick. No sponsor, but shout out to Ugly Stick. As we bring back Jake Hassan. Jake, you missed half the fun. Welcome back. And you're muted. Oh, classic. Classic stuff. Classic stuff. I'll just keep talking about Bass Pro Shop. So, anywho, I've been over fixating on getting back on my fishing game. As Jake would say, I'm fish maxing, fishing maxing, angler maxing, angler maxing, rod and reel maxing. Anywho, I can't wait to get back into it. Since my days off are in the middle of the week now, I will have all the freedom without having to be like, hey, is it okay if I go fishing this weekend? No, because it's during my lady's work time. So I'll let you guys know when that happens. But we got a lot of baseball to discuss. Jake's still having technical difficulties. But numero uno that Jake and I had written down is that our future on Will Venable to win AL Manager of the Year looks fantabulous. Fantabulous. Believe I saw him on FanDuel this morning at 12 or 15 to 1. If you were wondering what we originally got him at preseason, he was dead last at plus 5,000. Plus 5,000. If the White Sox won last night, they would have been in first place in the AL Central, which is always up for grabs. Always up for grabs. What's going on, everybody in chat? Oh, I should pull up chat. All the people listening to the audio version of this, we do go live, attempt to go live on Wednesdays and Thursdays, or Wednesdays and Fridays, excuse me, at 12:30 Eastern. You can come hang out over at Colby M. Betts on Twitch, Better Day on X, and YouTube. But if you are listening to the audio version of this, I love you just as much as the live viewers chatting down below. Let's see. Rumor has it Jake can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Keep them coming, guys. Keep the Jake jokes coming. Murakami should be on the Cubs. Disagree. I don't know what that even means, Tukey. I don't know how you could put ill will like that towards the South Side. Just imagine if Wrigley had the food the South Side had. Could never do it. Anywho, Will Venable, I think it's a go. If you have yet to buy in to any Coach of the Year, any other futures. I mean, I know Jake and I talk a ton of futures on our shows, but we did talk briefly because Matt also had technical difficulties as well, which is why we couldn't hit live. That we do agree you should still buy in now. If you are interested in buying into the White Sox, if you didn't get in on their win total over 66.5 wins, you think they have a chance at continuing the success they're having right now, Will Venable is a buy still at the current price that you can find, whatever the best price is. I only remember FanDuel had 12 or 15 to 1. Because I think if it's only going to get better if you bought in now, it's only going to get in better. Or, you know how we say wait, maybe the price will get better. I think if the price gets worse, as in the White Sox are not performing on a higher level than they were as of right now and later in the season, that it'll probably just be a loss. So I don't think you're ever going to get the price we got and have a chance of winning it. So if you didn't get in preseason, I think now is where you buy in. Jake, we're talking Will Venable right now, saying how now is the time to buy in on Will Venable if you believe in the White Sox, and you should probably not wait, because if you wait, you're probably going to get screwed because they're probably not going to keep up what they're doing at the moment.
I mean, aren't they? Like, I was the idiot who said, oh, they're cooked after 2 games. So, and you like to remind me of that fact a lot. But I just think that, I think that 15 to 1 at the best price is a fine price to pay for him right now, just because we like them because here's the thought. The AL Central is absolutely atrocious. Every team there has a losing record. Anybody can win this. So if you're talking about Venable at 15 to 1, which is the best price, which I'm sure Colby has mentioned multiple times already, as he should, like that's a decent price, because look at it this way. The White Sox win the division. They just win. Like, Venable just wins Manager of the Year. So that's basically what you're betting on. And there are certain books, though, that have this flipped. Like, there are books that have Venable at 10 to 1, but the White Sox at 14 to 1 to win the division. So in those instances, and this can lead into our conversation about shopping, in that instance, you might at that certain book, you might as well just bet the White Sox to win the division because those two things are correlated. Now, if the White Sox just make a wild card and they just make it into the postseason, he probably wins, and that's kind of where your risk comes in. But
yeah,
I still think
there's always better value with some variable mixed in. There's always a better option in baseball. There's always a better bet to be made future-wise. I mean, I do it all the time with national championship with college football. With that, like if I liked Indiana to go into the national championship and win it, they were like plus 100. Instead of waiting for them to get to the Natty and bet them, you bet them to win it, to basically win 2 games, 2 money lines essentially type deal. There's always a better option. But would you say if you don't buy in now and the White Sox fall off a bit and the price gets better, do you think it will still be worth buying into, or do you think it'll be like, they're probably going to, that's probably where they're going to stay type? Are they overachieving right now in your mind? I don't think they are, because they're not, it's not like they're absolutely humming. I mean, some games they are, yes, where Vargas, Montgomery, and Murakami are hitting home runs back to back to back to back, but there's still a solid group. The pitching has been unbelievable.
It has. And I mean, and the thing is, they haven't even called up Hagen Smith yet, too, which we could probably see him at some point this year. The problem is there's a couple things. Like Murakami will cool off at some point. Like Noah Schultz will eventually have a rough start or two. Davis Martin isn't going to keep a sub-2 ERA the entire year. The guy's best career year was a 4.10 last season. Could he be a mid-3s or low-3s guy? Yeah, sure, of course. He has that in his bag, but I don't think he's got Cy Young in his bag. I could be wrong, but also the Savant page, there's a good amount of blue there that indicates some regressions coming his way. So, yeah, I mean, but also then you offset that fact with what I just said. Hagen Smith will probably be up at some point. Braden Montgomery will probably be up at some point. So they have more reinforcements on the way, theoretically. And I mean, you and I had said before the year, like the ceiling for this team is 83-ish wins. And that's good enough to win this division. So, I mean, right now you have Cleveland leading the division 18-19. You might have a team win this division at 82-80.
I said if they won last night, they would have been in first place.
Yes, they sure would have. So it's interesting. The White Sox control their own destiny on May 6th. But I think this team is, and I say this as the guy that overreacted 2 games in and was like, we're cooked, it's over. I mean, the win total's way alive. Venables, obviously, the odds are telling you way alive. I mean, look at the other teams in this division. Like the Tigers, Tariq Skubal's not coming back, maybe for the rest of the year, because the timeline's 2 to 3 months. You really think Scott Boras is going to say, go out there with a compromised elbow and try to squeeze out 5 more starts, 6 more starts with rehabbing an elbow injury? I don't think that's going to happen. So you have that. You have Framber Valdez throwing at guys after he's tipping his pitches.
We'll talk about that right after this. We have to talk about that right after this because I'm pissed about that. What's going on? Hello.
So, and then you look at Cleveland. Okay, Cleveland's Cleveland. Yeah, they'll probably grind out 82 wins.
They'll have another September.
Yeah, and the White Sox are in that conversation, though. If you're talking about 82, 83 wins, Gavin Williams gets shelled last night. Tanner Bybee, we know who he is. Parker Messick is great, but same thing. Sophomore, regression is coming at some point.
Ciccone.
Whatever. Like, Jose Ramirez will at some point turn it around, but after him, it's like, okay, Chase DeLauder and me and you, basically. And the Royals are...
DeLauder's batting 500 his last 10 games.
And then the Royals, like, but that's what I mean. Like, it's all a bunch of mid. Like, it's all so much mid. So I think
here's a good question. Are the White Sox what they are in front of us? Or that's not a good question. I'm not wording it well. I'm trying to say, are the Royals of what they are right now, is that really them versus the White Sox right now? Is that really them? Who's the fraud? Or who's the more better team? Who's going to turn it around?
Who's the more better team?
Who's going to? I can't find the words right now, but you know what I'm trying to say. Are the White Sox
here? Let me frame it this way.
Are the Royals that bad?
Well, the Royals are 5 straight winners. The Royals are playing good baseball right now. I mean, that's how they've climbed back into this division wildcard. Like, they're winners of 5 straight. I was always a Royals believer, and I think you were too. Like, we thought this lineup.
I have their win total over. I feel like a buffoon.
So, let me put it this way. I think if you could tell me that Hagen Smith and Braden Montgomery were going to be up before or around the All-Star break, I would say the White Sox have the higher ceiling, but the Royals I feel more confident in hitting their ceiling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just because the Royals have the super duper star, like the White Sox still lack a super, like Murakami's a star, but he's not Bobby Witt Jr. Like, and if Jack Caglione, what we've seen over the last week or so, if he's finally starting to figure it out, if it's time for him, great. Like, I love Cole Reagans.
It's about damn time, Jack.
Yeah. Like, it maybe just took a little time. Carter Jensen, he's going through that rookie roller coaster that we talk about. So he was red hot and now he's ice cold. He'll find his way, like water will even out there. So I think I have more confidence in the Royals hitting their ceiling, but I think the White Sox, once everybody gets called up, have the higher ceiling.
Yeah. It was worth talking about.
And wait, do we have a timeline on Kyle Teal too? Because once he comes back.
Forgot about him.
I'm going to Google this right now.
Italy's finest. I forgot about him. Yeah, if they get him back, their offense is so fun. I'm so happy for Vargas. Those photos of him after he got traded from the Dodgers to the White Sox and he's like sad in the dugout and now he's all chipper because the team's fun. But do we get on what happened last night?
Let's do it.
We got to
wait, real quick. As of a week ago, Kyle Teal said to reporters that it's only a matter of time before he's on a rehab assignment. That was a week ago.
Yeah.
So once he
About a week ago.
So for the White Sox, just to close the loop on this, and then we can move on to what happened last night with Framber Valdez and the Tigers. Like,
idiot.
You have Hagen Smith, who was the 5th overall pick out of Arkansas, one of the best college pitchers we've seen recently. Braden Montgomery, who I think is a top 5 pick if he didn't shatter his ankle in the College World Series. And then you have Kyle Teal, who was awesome in the World Baseball Classic and in a small stint last year. Those are 3 really, really good players coming your way in the next month or so, 2 months, maybe before the All-Star break if the White Sox want to be aggressive. So
another second half blossom?
It's possible.
It would be great. All right, let's talk about it. Framber Valdez.
Oof.
How do I want to start this? Man up. Get good.
Get good.
These are legal things. This has been a part of baseball for 200 years. Tipping pitches and getting an edge legally, folks, legally, not banging on trash cans, not doing that. Framber Valdez, you're a big, fat ass baby. That is what you are. Throwing a fit out on the field because your pitches are being caught. I don't know. Be better.
Yep.
Have better ball security. Have better ball knowledge. The team you are throwing against has better ball knowledge than you. They're stealing on your ass, and you're getting, speed. I was so anti him yesterday after all that nonsense. He is the most emotional baseball player over the last 365 days. MIO. Last year, threw at his catcher, didn't like the call. Now he's throwing at guys because he's getting his pitches called.
That was so crazy.
What?
We let that go. We let that go way too fast.
It's in the back pocket of my brain. Frontal lobe complete because I'm almost 30. Frontal lobe complete. Also, Jess mentioned yesterday at Cinco de Mayo, the dinner we went to, she mentioned how we're turning 30 this year. I said, you mean 20? I pulled out that stupid mom saying, and I was kind of mad at myself. Anywho, back to Framber being an absolute baby doll. I'll let Jake talk. I'm pissed.
I did see somebody tweet, at least he's throwing at other players and not his own teammates this time, which is very funny. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we are good. I feel like we're good for this at least once a year where somebody just gets so mad that they're tipping pitches, and so they retaliate against the other team for whatever reason. Get good. Like you said, Colby, it's just get good, find a way.
I would have been fine with the Tigers staying in the dugout in the Red Sox cleared pitches.
The Tigers is like, nah, man.
Like a life lesson, like when somebody's getting lazy in sprints and then they have that guy sit while everyone else sprints. Like it's a learning lesson. You're throwing a fit and it's you. It's you. Why are you getting mad at other people when it's you? Stop gaslighting the other team. It's you. Sounds like a breakup, but it's not. It's us talking Framber Valdez here on Off the Board.
Yeah, I mean it's him. It's been him for, like you said, the last 365 days. He's been the problem, and this is the second time in the last month he's gotten shelled now. And I mean, I stupidly said maybe he could be a contender for Cy Young, but I mean now that's out the window.
It's not a bad call.
No, and I mean, like if he's dominant the rest of the way, we forget about
this. He's emotional, and
right.
I will hold that over your head for probably the next 2 hours, but that's it.
And that's fine. Like I deserve that. But yeah, I mean, it's just obviously the Tigers had to come out of the dugout. They had to clear the benches because, you know, like that's just how it is. But I would hope that AJ Hinch, who is Framber Valdez's former manager, by the way, so should have a good relationship with him, would be able to go, hey, man.
And knows a thing or two about cheating, could be like, hey, this is legal.
It would go, hey, man, what the hell are you doing?
I would know.
Yeah.
Hey, I would know.
Hey, remember 2017? Hey, what the hell are you doing? So, yeah.
I also want to just say this, since the low-hanging fruit, the rotting fruit that laid in front of us the entire time of us talking Framber Valdez and getting mad about cheating. I just want to say a quick thing to the baseball fans out there of America. Shut up. Shut up about the cheating Astros. It's been 10 years. Shut up.
Yeah, we got one more year. We got one more year.
No. Shut up. That's it. That's
one more year. I think it's 10 years as a statute of limitations.
Also, I really get very defensive when they boo Jordan. He wasn't a part of the team. They do it. They do it. White Sox games. Last time I was there, they booed. You can boo Altuve. That's it. You can boo Altuve. He stole an MVP from Judge. But there is something I did write down. I didn't put in the chat, but I wanted to talk about, because you were going to obviously mention Cy Young. NL Cy Young, I wish I got on the bandwagon with Shohei, because I think that is a go, because he stopped hitting when he throws.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote this down. It's not and I don't mean this to be a hot take, but in the sense of in the grand scheme of things, of how great we think Shohei is he a liability at the plate this season? He's not the Shohei of years past. And I know everyone's going to go, Colby, this is a very overreaction for somebody like you that hates overreactions. It's not. It's not. He's batting .240, has an expected batting average of .258, has a .814 OPS, which is great. But we're talking about Shohei Ohtani, who is more focused about winning the Cy Young Award and more about his mechanics pitching than he is at the plate. He doesn't look the same. Also, there is a bug going around with that whole team. Then they're sick and they're not having fun. So that's why they're in a bit of a cold streak, which is, I was listening to a guy talk about it. It's kind of cool. Not that they're sick. It's just the ebbs and flows of the season, and guys get sick. It's like a classroom. It's like a classroom. Like, hey, not every day is going to be fantastic. Like, it's wild to, like, you think about growing up playing sports, and it's not a job. Like, this is their job, and it's like going to the office every day, and freaking Greg gave me COVID, so I'm not going to be, you know what I mean? It's just so funny because they're playing a game, and they're not having fun.
Greg just catching a ricochet shot there.
Guys aren't having fun because they're sick, so that's why they haven't looked great. And then Kyle Tucker looks like crap. But is Shohei a liability at the plate right now as he's too focused on throwing? I think it's a yes. He looks fantastic at the rubber, at the dish.
So it is funny you bring this up, because I was literally thinking about this the other day. Because I same thing. I noticed his stats, and just for people to have context, over the last 4 weeks, 28 days, he's hitting 217 with a 754 OPS. He's slugging 386 in that span. And I was thinking about this the other day because his MVP odds, he's still like minus 200.
I was going to say, I think it's wide open because of this.
I don't know about wide open. I don't think I'd go that far because, like you said, he's still got an 850 OPS. So if he wins the Cy Young and still puts up an 850, 900 OPS, I do think it's more likely than not that he wins because that's still a good season at the plate, even if he only hits 250. But he still puts up 30, 35 home runs. Now, to your point, is this thing open? Should he be a minus 360 favorite at FanDuel?
No.
I don't think so. So should we be betting Ellie De La Cruz at 25-1? Should we be betting Kyle Schwarber at 30-1?
Matt Olson 12-1 is great price.
It's not bad. Like, is Fernando
also got to cut you off because people in chat are mentioning it. Amanda says Shohei's going to homer tonight. Matt said his bases are plus money tonight. Yeah, he's I always say Shohei plus money bases is always a go. And we can talk about this other thing.
I mean, should we do that the day after he pitches, though? After he pitches 7 innings, a 2-run ball?
I'm not going to do it. Lance McCullers, I can't tell how good he is at the moment. But
yeah,
people are going to talk about how the books know this and that, but they gave him plus money bases when he had 18 bases against the Marlins 2 years ago. People forget. I don't. Because I had it. I had the bet.
So, all right. So back to the MVP of it all, because I don't disagree. If his bases are plus money, you should probably just do it.
But I think he's a liability at the top of the lineup. I mean, I've always hated him, Ben.
I said this with Mark Malusis on VSiN over the weekend. I don't think the Dodgers are going to win the World Series. Like, they're the favorites. Everyone's going to, like, but I don't, and I know, like, oh, wow, great call. They're not going to make history and make a three-peat. No kidding. But, like, I kind of think that, like, they're not going to win it again. Yes, Colby?
My only rebuttal for this is they're designed to blossom in October.
Fair.
So
that is fair.
So I you know how like the late 2010 LeBron teams, everyone be like, oh, I don't think they got it this year. And then soon as the playoffs turn, LeBron's the greatest player we've ever seen, is still 40 years old, by the way. Won a playoff series with his son. Take that, MJ.
Right. So if we're talking MVP, who is there anybody that catches your attention? I think there's one person. There's two, because one is Price.
Go ahead. Who?
So first one's Corbin Carroll, 20-1. Obviously, like dude could go 30-30, like high average, but like if the Diamondbacks are going to be just, I don't know how much that does for him. The other one, and this is just Price, but man, if he could just stop murdering families of earthworms on the infield, Nando at 100-1. 100? Have you seen his peripherals?
Who?
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Oh, 0 home runs?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, if he stops hitting the ball in the bleeping ground, because everything else looks amazing.
I'm out.
At 100-1.
No. You could give me that money. I'll give you 200-1.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, he is in the 99th percentile for hard hit percentage, 74th for launch angle.
Trent Grisham.
Stop it. Like,
Has the
Fernando
most 100-mile-an-hour hits.
Tatis Jr. is a guy who has been in the top 5 for MVP voting. Like, he is a guy with pedigree. Like, if he can just stop, I can't see the freaking comments. Just tell me what it is.
Amanda said I lost respect for you.
It's 100-1 for don't piss me off. Like, Fernando Tatis Jr. is a superstar in this league. He has been in the MVP voting. He has been in the top 5 in the voting multiple times. He is 99th percentile hard hit rate. Look at this. Red. If he just stops hitting the ball on the friggin' ground. And if we think Shohei Ohtani's vulnerable, this guy was 12-1 at this time a year ago. He was 10-1 the year before that. He has been in the finals, if not for Shohei Ohtani. And we're going to price him at 100-1 when he's still murdering the baseball. He just needs to put it in the goddamn air. Hello? Like, who thinks that's right? I lost respect to you. Shut up. Look it up, Bryce. Oh, you got eyeballs? Open them. Open them. You're on the West Coast, Amanda. Watch the damn Padres game. I know you're up. Bryce. Piss me off. Lost respect. Get out of my face.
Amanda, you're on the West Coast. I know you're up.
You're right there. Turn on the freaking TV.
Amanda, you're on the West Coast. I know you're up.
I'm right. I'm right. You got eyes. Open them.
Tukey said, "Who paid you to say Tatis's name?"
What do you mean?
All right.
Fernando Tatis Jr., 8th in MVP last year, 14th in 23, 3rd in 21. Like, this guy has been one of the stars of
21
baseball.
when he was on roids.
Okay, what about the other 2 years?
All right, let's move on. We're getting a little nutty. All right, let's do this. Let's do this quick.
100-1. I'm not saying we have to go put the rent on it. It's 100-1 for a reason. But if we think the guy who's minus 360 is vulnerable, sure, go bet 12-1 on Matt Olson. You jabronis.
Shut up.
We're gonna have people betting James Wood at 40-1. Sure. Exactly. You see what I mean?
But I got screwed on his homer yesterday, dude. He had a no arc line drive that hit the top of the wall. All right. Real quick, we'll get into our bets in a second, then continue on talking because we got a lot to talk about. I just want to give praise to my favorite team, the New York Yankees, for doing the right thing for the first time. Keep Volpe's ass in AAA.
Yeah, he sucks.
Why mess with the feng shui? I'm honestly shocked. They were like, no, we're keeping him down there in AAA. Cabanero's been awesome. Because it would be so Yankee-like to be like, you know what? He's supposed to be our guy of the future. Who cares that we're humming right now? As if feng shui and morale isn't the most crucial thing of part of this game. I would say morale and momentum is the most important part of baseball. Because look at the Guardians finishing the last month of the season last year.
Blue Jays
That's all
too.
Friendship. The who?
Blue Jays too.
Exactly. So I just wanted to say real quick, keep his rear end down there until somebody's hurt and they have to bring him up. And Matt made a very good point in our group chat. Bring Spencer Jones's rear end up. What are we waiting on? To trade him? If you're going to trade him, trade him. But if you're going to just keep him in AAA, what are we doing? Bring him up. Please.
I was ready for the Anthony Volpe, like, this is what the Yankees need. This is the last, like, it's just whatever. Like, and he'll hit 1 home run at AAA and everybody's going to be clamoring for him. I think this is the right, like, he's a liability.
That's all I got.
He's
A
shot.
couple things I wrote down.
Okay.
Just in betting terms and betting stuff. I tweeted out the other day, shopping. It's always important to shop around.
Yep.
And then the Ghouls and the Gremlins came out real late. And the biggest genius that replied to me had the most, I don't know how I didn't think of this. His insights were otherworldly. Said, price doesn't matter, give out winners. And then somebody else replied to me and said, this lost, so your shopping meant nothing. Actually, that was part of the conversation. So I just put the laughing emojis and I said, oh no, my first loss. And then he thought I was genuinely serious and said, your first loss, get the F out of here. I was like, this dude's a comedian.
Dude, that's the problem with like when you go in with the Twitter eggs and then like the user 5, 6, like it's a user a billion numbers in a row. Who
So the first guy that said price doesn't matter, give out winners. I clicked his profile. Third tweet was Yankees minus 194. Just that. And then a tweet after it was Andrew Tate. Said everything I need to know.
Yeah, there you go. You should probably just open his replies. He'd probably be like replying to OnlyFans girls, being like, "Please acknowledge me."
So that's a really good thing you mentioned that, because the guy that couldn't pick up on my sarcasm, that it was he thought it was I legitimately was serious, that was my first loss ever. Every tweet on his page was giveaway retweets.
Of course.
Retweet to get $100 on Underdog, blah 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 blah. And then he said 2 tweets in the last 2 years, and one of them was that reply to me. What?
Right. It's dumb. It's just like that's what, like, and I've said this to you before. Like, I just like that stuff goes over my head at this point. Like,
I think it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, in that instance, when this guy thinks you're being serious about, like, oh, you've never lost before, like, okay, like, brother, seriously, like,
I told
use your brain.
I told somebody this that day. I'm just trying to normalize losing. None of us are winning at 100% clip. Nobody's winning at 90% clip. Nobody's winning at 80. No one's winning at 70. Nobody's winning at a 65% clip or 60%. And if they are, they're not telling you their bets.
Also,
simple.
Should we give out our Rays props, since that game is starting and the Rays are about to come up to the plate?
Yeah. We can get back to the betting etiquette stuff in a second, because I think it's important. I think it's fun to talk about it too, because those are small brain instances of
the bets. The game has started already. The bets.
Yandy Diaz bases and his home run has been locked in. Taking on Patrick Corbin, hits all of his pitches. Patrick Corbin enters today with a poor average hitter matchup. Woba K percentage against lefties this season has a 310 batting average, 552 slugging, 927 OPS, 163 OPS, 63% hard contact. Last 30 right-handed hitters faced for Patrick Corbin, 6.35 ERA, 5.32 expected ERA, 5.02 FIP, 17.4% barrel percentage, 26.1% ground ball rate, 43.5% line drive rate. Those hitters have a 393 X batting average, 582 X slugging, 371 X WOBA.
Similarly, not similar, but same team.
Oh, he's playing right now?
Yeah, dude, the game you can get it in live. I mean, people can put these in live. I mean, the Rays are up to bat.
I gave out the write-up, so it's fun.
Yeah, I didn't. That's my bad. I meant to do that like 10 minutes ago. But anyway, I'm on Junior Caminero. Colby didn't like him today because Corbin throws a lot of sinkers and sliders. But Caminero's got a 920 OPS over the last 2 weeks. He's never seen Corbin before. He's got the platoon split, lefty versus righty. You hang him, I bang him. It's Patrick Corbin. He's going to hang one up there. And actually, Junior Caminero has 3 home runs against sinkers and sliders so far this year. So I think you get there.
Out JJ Weatherholt. I'm an idiot.
What?
That game started too.
I had nothing for Brewers. I had nothing for Brewers Cardinals. I'm on Caminero. Home run and bases. I really like him today against Corbin, because it's Patrick Corbin and Caminero's a superstar and he has an elite rating today.
Boom. Yeah, I also JJ Weatherholt, if you want to get that in right now, if you can. Bases, home run. Bases, I got 165 plus 165. Home run, I got, I think 720 was the homer. Last 30 plate appearance against right-handed pitchers. 502 WOBA giving up or making 62 and a half, hard contact at home. 483 slugging, 870. I can't talk right now. Dude. I'm reading the second number and I'm not even reading the first. 783 OPS. Is it Sproat? How do you pronounce it?
Brandon Sproat.
Sproat against left-handed hitters, 8.16 ERA. They have a 3.75 X batting average, 6.40 X slugging. I liked them yesterday. It rained out. I like them again today. I'm running it back.
I have nothing with Cardinals Brewers. I stayed away from that game. Weatherholt's probably a good play. He's been awesome. But other than that, I got nothing in that one.
I only have one more later today. I don't know if you want to keep talking or you want to just keep running out bets. You let me know.
I mean, I just figured we should get that one out because the game was starting. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to
I
go
only
back
have
to
one-
betting
I
etiquette.
only had one more. I'll just give it out. Ellie De La Cruz bases home run tonight. Colin Ray. We kept getting chirped last week because of a certain Cubs fan that I work with was saying that Colin Ray is actually legit. There's no numbers out there that stand by that. Let's just go through this. Last 30 lefties faced for Colin, diarrhea. 70% hard hit rate, 20% barrel rate, 25% line drive rate.
That was good. You should be proud of yourself for that.
Those
one.
opposing lefties have those opposing lefties have a 474 expected batting average, 872 x slugging, 432 x WOBA, 263 WHIP, 1181 ERA, 764 expected ERA. Ellie can hit all the pitches that Ray offers.
If you get it the day after I bet it and gave it out, I'm going to be so upset. I'm actually going to be really upset.
And for those wondering, is the wind blowing in or out? I'm not answering that question because it doesn't matter.
I kind of think it matters for blowing out, but whatever. That's not important. Two reasonable minds can disagree. I have a couple things. First thing, I want all of the Tyler Glasnow stock today. All of it. I mean, God, wired headphones. He's been unbelievable. 9 strikeouts in 3 of his last 4 starts. The other one was 7. I know it's the Astros. I know they don't strike out a ton, but oh wow, this moved a lot. This got bet to hell. I would ladder him up to 10 at 3-1. Carlos Correa out. Now you're just throwing guys in the lineup at this point. It's Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, Christian Walker, and Slop. So I like Glasnow. He's been on a heater. Astros team that stinks. I wish if anybody out there has a Houston Astros worst record ticket, credit to you. That had to have been a massive number. Because man, that
Yandy Single, we're halfway there.
We're there. What? No, I'm not gonna do it. Anyway, so I want all the Glasnow stock today. Strikeouts over 7.5, over 8.5, over 9.5. I'll go back to the well with the White Sox too, with Schultz on the mound. You get them as a slight favorite, -112 at FanDuel. Shop around prices, etc. I like the White Sox in a bounce back spot after they lost a game they really should have won last night too. Wilbert Urena is on the mound for the Angels.
Why did they sit Mooney?
The White Sox?
If you're not going to play him, give him the day off.
Listen.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. That's malpractice at that point.
Especially a young guy like that, fresh in the majors, and I'm sure there's already so much pressure on him, even though he looks lights out. Why not tell him, hey, no matter what the situation is, you're not going in?
Yeah, I'm with you. It's that, and then that's maybe like the downside of the White Sox is boneheaded decisions like that, where that's where they lose us. I don't know. 2 other things. I'll pay the -130 with Paul Skeens. When was the last time you were able to lay just -130 with Skeens on the money line? I think that's a fine price to play. I would also regression has started to come for Michael Soroka. It came in his last Jesus. It came in his last stop. Blah, blah. And if anybody has been paying attention, Connor Griffin starting to figure it out. Another double and another walk last night.
It's because he's married.
Just saying. It's because he's 20 years old now. He's not a teenager. The brain has started to develop. You still get Connor Griffin +145 for over 1.5 total bases. I think that's an insane price. The dude's hitting like 400 over the last 2 weeks. Starting to look, and you've seen it. The price has dropped. If you didn't get in on Rookie of the Year 2 weeks ago when we told you at 13-1, sorry, womp womp. Just another Jake Hassan Awards banger. You're welcome. For all the people tripping about Nando. But anyway.
Laughing something hasn't cashed.
Just, CLV. It's fun. So I Connor Griffin over 1.5 total bases. And I am not a Freddie Peralta believer. You're going to tell me Freddie Peralta should be -170 at Coors? Okay. Give me the Rockies. +140. Money line. Bitch. I'm upset. Okay.
That wasn't necessary. Also, to burst your bubble, Matt's on the Diamondbacks tonight.
Okay. That's
Producer
fine.
Matt knows all.
I'm not saying he doesn't know ball, but we could be mano a mano here.
That's cute. Hopefully everyone saw the plays beforehand. There's always a way to see my plays. Let's go back to the chatter. We had more chatter to talk about. We had something come up. One of our viewers, Mr. D, asked me this yesterday, and I figured we could talk about it. I mean, you and I look at a lot of stuff. We like a lot of things. Matt likes a lot of things. Matt typically is more in the ballpark with Mr. D than I would assume Jake and I, and that is how do we decide how many bets we're going to make in a single day? Mr. D had a whole list lined up, and I typically don't have a list that long. He had more than 5. I don't remember what the exact number was, and I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying it's good. That's just not how I typically bet. People say, "Oh, today I'm going to spray the board." Mm-hmm. I answered him. I said, if I typically like something, I'm probably going to bet it, because Monday I left Bryce Harper and Judge off my card. And those two both homered on Monday, and it's been eating me since. Sure, I got 1, but it's been eating me pretty badly. So, I mean, I don't like having a fat card. Yesterday was a pretty big card, even though JJ didn't play, and it looked bigger because I had 2 bets on Schwarber to get a hit, but it was really just 1 because I got limited on a boost. But I don't think I like more than 5 guys on a day-to-day basis, and it's just how I go through it. It's very, it's just a long process that I go through. So typically there's not more than 5 guys that I like. So I don't know what you do, Jake, if you have a limit, or you're like me, and if I like it, I'm just going to bet it.
Yeah. My thing is if I like it, I'll just bet it. Like that's just I usually end up with 4 to 5 just because that's generally what I like the most. I've learned in the last few years, if I only like it a little bit, I'll either bet less or I'll just stay away completely. Like if I'm sitting there trying to convince myself to hit the button, then I just don't do it anymore. Because a few years ago, I would have spent 15 minutes convincing myself to just hit the button and do it because I like it a little bit. But now I just trust what I have strong convictions in, and I'll just bet that. So
yeah.
It just depends. I mean, I'm generally in the 4. I don't have I'm going to stick with 4 to 5. Some days it's 3, but it just depends. So, I mean, situations are situational. Just kind of depends on what you like.
So it's interesting that you mentioned having a set limit. If nobody's ever read this book, it's Good Teams Win, Great Teams Cover. It's actually a very good book to read. If you don't have to be new to betting, you don't have to be very into it over the last, if you're what's the word I'm looking for, an experienced bettor. It's a very easy read, and it's not like a how to bet for dummies type thing, but the author, Pat Haggard, he mentions in there, he's a college football bettor, that every week he bets, I think 4 or 5 teams, and that's like his set number, because if he loses this or that, it's a good week or a bad week. But everyone's different. That's just how it is. But that made me think of this. And if you get this for $4, if you want to give a good read, it's 100-something pages, 120 pages. It's the easiest read you'll ever have. Mr. D is in chat. Let's go.
Okay.
And that was a book plug. We talk about books all the time here on this show on Off
Do
the
we?
Board.
I don't recall.
One thing by Better Day, powered by FanDuel.
Actually, there is one more thing I wanted to add. Because I do have one more bet for today. Jackson Merrill at 7-1 to home run against Adrian Hauser. Merrill has been red hot over the last. I mean, granted, it's recent, but he started to look really, really good. He had a homer the other day. He had a double yesterday. He has good history against Adrian Hauser. He's elite rated on Batters-Box today. I think the worm is starting to turn with Jackson Merrill, and at 7-1 when his 1.5 bases is a minus price. Doesn't seem like a
stay away from Jackson.
There's a lot of people you don't like, but I like him. And
Devers is numero uno. Monty will be texting me, "Hey, I'm taking Devers HRR today." I'm like, "Have fun," and he keeps cashing. It's pissing me off. He keeps. Well, not that he's winning, because if I joined him, Rafi Devers would look like Bartolo Colon out there.
Sure,
because he is.
Jackson Merrill in his last 4 games. I know, small sample, but he's starting to look like Jackson Merrill. 2 for 4, 1 for 4, 2 for 4 with a homer, 3 for 5 with double last night. I think it's starting to come around for Jackson Merrill. Adrian Hauser sucks. So I'll trust the elite rating. I'll trust the terrible pitcher. I'll trust Jackson Merrill in a good matchup against a pitcher he has success against. At 7-1, I'll take a little sprinkle on the home run at a long shot.
I got you. Now, the last thing I wrote, hopefully Steven's listening, and I just wanted to talk about actual bet etiquette. So last Friday, you and I were both on Corbin Carroll heavy because of Colin Ray.
Mm-hmm. And the price. And the price.
And Mr. Steven, who I'm hoping is listening because he keeps tagging me in all Colin Ray stuff, thought we were wrong on our whole handicap on it, even though we rattled off like 9 statistics on Colin Ray's soon progression or regression, excuse me. He's not progressing. He's overachieving at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And while the bet's going on, not beforehand having discussion, while the bet's going on, while the bet is live, somebody you have respect with or rapport with is actively wishing ill will on Corbin Carroll. First at bat, Corbin Carroll strikes out. I get a text, sit down, Corbin. I would never wish somebody to lose a bet. I think that is terrible etiquette, and I think that's just pretty lame. Am I somebody who's superstitious? For the way I speak, most of the time I would say no. But putting ill will on something is very, very puts a sour taste in your mouth. I don't know how you feel about that, Jake, or I'm just being a big baby.
I think that this is just like because me and you, like, we've been working in the space for years now. Like, this is kind of like our mindsets are different than a fan. Like, what'd you say his name is? Steven? I don't even remember anymore. Steven. That's how little I care. Like, Steven's a fan. Like, Steven's a fan.
That's what I said. I said, get your fandom out of this. If you can't get your fandom out of betting, don't bet. He goes, I'm not a fan. I'm trying to help. How are you going to help me while the bet is in play?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's just and I experienced this at my old place of employment. Like, I had a Saturday show on local radio in Chicago that was a betting show, and I was telling people last summer, all summer, and it's especially Cubs fans get really upset when you tell them to not bet their own team. They get really upset. Everybody was dumping money into PCA to win MVP. And all summer, Colby, I was telling people every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time, don't bet this guy to win the MVP because the regression is coming and Shohei Ohtani still exists and is really awesome. And I had people in my mentions. I had people sending texts to the station. This guy's an idiot. What's he talking? Oh, don't bet it. He's second in the odds now. Nice call. And then he didn't win, and it wasn't even close. So, all of this to say, that's Cubs fans. They love their team so much, and that's great. Fandom is awesome. I'm not going to tell you to not be a fan of your team. But when it comes to betting, especially things that are objective and statistical, and you use research to back up your bets, we don't have to be right all the time. To Colby's troll in the replies, oh, your first loss. Facetious. We lose all the time. That's betting, Susan. You're going to lose. The best better that you know is hitting at like a 52% rate. That's betting, Susan. Your faves out there on Twitter with their green check marks and editing their Excel spreadsheets to take out the losses, they're losing. And they know they're losing. They just feel the pressure and they don't want to be open about it. So all of this to say, like, yeah, not everybody wins. And yeah, there are fans out there. Great. Steven, you're a great fan. Awesome. You love your team. That's cool. Just because we're betting against your team doesn't mean that we're saying screw you and your family and we hope a plague upon your house for 40 years. No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying, hey, the research and the numbers indicate that this price is wrong on this player, and we don't like this pitcher specifically anyway. And I can't wait because you know, Colby, it's May 6th. 3-4 months from now when the Cubs are pushing for a playoff spot, Steven's going to be the first guy looking up Colin Ray's home address to send him a bag of flaming dog shit. Like, that's going to be Steven. He'll be the first person there. He'll turn like that because that's fandom. That's what fans do. That they're emotional and that's how they do their bets. You go to Wrigley today. You can poll 100 people. Hey, what's your same game parlay for the Cubs to win and homer today? Out of the people that are betting, because not all of them are going to be bettors, obviously, but out of you get 100 bettors.
Hit, blah blah blah.
You get 100 bettors, and you ask them, "Hey, who's the guy you're picking to homer with the Cubs to win today?" 85 of them will say, 85 of them will have that exact parlay. Some Cub to homer and the Cubs to win, and probably the over too.
And I also think that's what makes our show of us co-hosting any show. We've done tons of shows together, so it doesn't matter what the title of the show is. Just us being together talking sports. Is you and I mean, I would say I have more of a fandom with the Yankees. You don't really claim a team at the moment, and I'm in a spot where I can't be biased. Like, people will think I'm biased all the time. People thought I was biased last year with Aaron Judge, and then I would spew stats, and it still wouldn't be good enough. I don't have bias. I was raised by my dad who doesn't have a favorite anything. I've never seen my dad wear any sporting attire. My dad played semi-pro baseball, was recruited by Stanford to both play running back, averaged 11 yards, almost 12 yards a carry in high school.
Why didn't he go? Why didn't he do it?
He's got heart issues.
Yeah. His heart's too big and full of love. Am I right?
Former cardiac arrest survivor, Phil Marcio. He is.
Wait, so that happened to him when he was in high school? He had a cardiac arrest?
No. 2 weeks before I graduated high school.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay, so that doesn't answer my question. Why didn't he didn't have heart issues in high school?
He's always had a heart valve issue.
Oh, okay. All right, carry on.
Which didn't even correlate to the cardiac arrest, which is wild. Anywho,
that is pretty interesting.
My dad, I'm pretty sure my dad has only ever worn his own sporting gear, which is an all-time ball guy.
That's a flex.
That's an all-time ball guy right there. I've never seen him wear a baseball hat with a team on it. He's wearing hats you don't even know where they're from.
Does he wear minor league hats? Please tell me he wears minor league hats.
No. Jake, hold on. He will... Hold on, I have the perfect hat. Hold on. Oh, I might have thrown it away. Hold on. Oh, no.
The Colby Marcio experience, everybody.
I have so many hats. No. Oh, no. Fine.
Hey, why don't you just tell us what it looks like?
Hold on. Give me a second.
This guy. Somebody clip this, please. Somebody just clip him saying, hold on.
Hold on. I have so many hats. He would literally just wear, like, not this type of hat, but just picture something like this.
What even is that?
Just something that doesn't
have to do with Bob Seger hat?
Oh, I found it. He would wear something like this.
Windows Distillery.
and he would have gotten that hat the same way I did.
Back to was that a Bob Seger hat?
No, it's a Seger Western clothing.
Oh, okay. I was, if that was a Bob Seger tour hat, I was gonna come over to your house and kiss you on the mouth. That would have been sick.
Dude, is this a Seger bar or is this a normal bar?
It's a good bit. It's a good bit.
Too niche.
No, it's good. That's good. I know exactly what you're talking about.
No, my dad will wear hats and you'll be like, where did you get that hat? He'll be like, oh, they're handing them out at the market. Like, my dad, it has no material items. My dad is the most impossible person to... I love how this conversation has just turned into my father. My dad is the most impossible person to shop for. I have no bias baked into my soul because of him. You ask him his favorite team, he'll go, I guess the Cubs. He hasn't watched the Cubs play. He's never been to a Cubs game.
And lives in Florida.
He's from Joliet. I don't think he's been to a Cubs game since 1975. When he was 9. Also, this is the coolest game he's ever been to. My dad was at the one game Walter Payton didn't play in.
That sucks.
And Walter Payton's his hero.
But that's kind of funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that was talking about not having bias. Going back to original thing
that's
of,
all of the
if you are gambling, if you're gambling on a day-to-day basis, you can't have bias. You got to trust your numbers. You got to trust things. You got to be able to bet against certain things. Hence why we say bet unders. You can bet unders. They offer unders, over unders, blah, blah, blah. I don't like unders. I don't like rooting for failure, blah, blah, blah. I have a reason with baseball. That's my own thing. Any other sport, I'll bet an under in.
You know what we should do? What we should actually do that actually I just think is a good content idea. Me and you should go to Wrigley for like a day game, like well, I know you work Fridays, but like, I don't know, like a random day game or something, or even a night game, who cares? And we should just post up outside of the gates and specifically outside the sports book attached to the stadium. And we should just sit there with a folding table and a sign that says, "What's your parlay?" And just see how many.
No, it's like that guy with the I'll debate whatever.
Yeah, no. That's what I mean. Like we should put up a sign that says, "Tell me your parlay," or what's the parlay today, and see how many people. Like I think we'd get so many people, and I think a ton of them would be exactly what we said: the over Cubs money line and X Cubs player to hit a home run. I think that'd be good content.
Great content.
Trademark. Nobody take it. Trademark.
Yeah, nobody take it. Nobody steal it. Hey, you want to do an interview? Did I ever tell you the time I had my favorite bet? They're very rare to get that, is the openers under Ks, because they're only be out there one inning. Did I ever tell you the time I had it at Wrigley and I was in attendance?
No, you do. This is one story you actually have not told me.
So I had it locked in. Like, it wasn't like, there's an opener, I'm going to go bet it. Like, I actually did the research, I wrote about it, and I liked it. And it was like 1.5. So I don't remember who the Cubs were playing, but it was the opposing team. And he got the first strikeout out the rip. Just first at bat, I was like, crap. I'm like, this is going to suck. And so he gets through the next 3 hitters. I think somebody gets on, blah, blah, blah. He gets through the inning. I'm like, now we just have to make sure he doesn't come in the next inning. He comes in the next inning. I'm like, oh no. Because I'm thinking just 3 outs. I just need 3 outs. He either walks a guy or he gets a guy out. Soon as that first guy gets out, they go to the pen.
Amazing.
They go to the pen.
Amazing.
And I get up and I scream and I go, let's go! Yeah! It's a quiet. Like, there's nothing to cheer for.
Yeah,
they're
nobody.
The pitcher. So everyone's like, the hell is he doing? Also, one time
They probably thought you were hammered.
The one time I was at a Cubs game and it started to rain, and I facetiously go, this is why Wrigley needs a dome. A woman 6 rows in front of me turns around and tells me to shut the F up. And then as she's saying that, she just gets caught with this. Like, just me looking like this, and realizes I was joking. And I just point, I was like,
Public shaming.
Oh, God.
Real fast before, because we're giving the people bonus time today. We haven't talked about AL Cy Young yet.
I talked about it on Monday in my 5-minute hit on the Better Day podcast, but this is the Off the Board podcast. I just rattled off some names. I said I hated that Soriano's price. He's probably my favorite one as of today. I said I'm going to wait. It's all right. That was on Monday.
Yeah.
No, not
okay. Well, it's Wednesday.
If the White Sox are murdering.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
It's been 48 hours, so you can have new opinions.
It's more of a marinate thing. I'll wait. I said last year that I gotta love it. I bought into Zach Wheeler the end of May last year, and I was humming until he got injured.
Right. Zach Wheeler, massive favorite today, by the way. Not sure that he should be a minus 170 favorite right now. I have a couple thoughts. I mean, so for people who are maybe just now coming out of a coma and have this show on for whatever reason, Freak Scooble's elbow exploded. Not going to win Cy Young. He was your plus 190 favorite. Over, done, dusted. He's out for 3 months and probably more, because I'm sure he's not going to come back at the end of the year just to try and squeeze out 3 starts for no reason, especially if the Tigers are not really in it, which is possible. Then, I mean, we could just update the market as is. Now, Cam Schlittler, your favorite, which I don't have a problem with. He's probably he's the rightful favorite. I don't think that anybody is disagreeing with that. He's been awesome. But I think the same thing is going to happen to him that's happened to Jose Soriano. I think it's coming. I think regression is coming at some point for Cam Schlittler. Does that mean now, talking about emotional fans who get really mad when you talk badly about their team, Yankee fans, am I saying he's bad? Am I saying he's not going to be an all-star? Am I saying that for whatever reason, Cam Schlittler is going to get run over by a bus? No. I think that he's really good. Do I think he's going to win the Cy Young? I'm not super convinced about that. As such, do I think he's vulnerable? Yes. So then you have Max Fried at plus 330, Dylan Cease at 5-1, then a drop off of Jose Soriano. Honestly, if you have nothing in this market, it's probably Fried, because Jose Soriano's gotten rocked in 2 straight starts. Jacob deGrom got knocked around by the Yankees yesterday, and health is always an issue with him. Gavin Williams got shelled yesterday by the Royals. George Kirby was fine last night against the Braves. He's a little interesting. Gausman had a good start, but the strikeouts have just disappeared for him. So at 30-1, I know I talked about him at 40 and 45 a week ago. I mean, can do it. It's just you got to see the strikeouts tick back up. Drew Rasmussen just isn't going to get the innings, I don't think. Parker Messick, never. Regression's coming for him. Emerson Hancock, never, because we're not sure he's going to stick in the lineup. Brian Wu is still interesting to me. He pitches tonight against the Braves. He's really interesting to me because FanDuel has him at 45-1. Other books have him at 15. A $30 difference. I don't think that
doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Right, of course. Yeah. But, for the guys in Colby's mentions, $10 to win
Pick
450
winners,
or 150. Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Pick winners.
I'm trying. Logan Gilbert, never in life. Taj Bradley, never in life. Ranger Suarez, I don't think so. Interesting, but probably not. Cole Reagans, I don't know what happened to that guy. No, probably. But I'm going to go back to what I said on Monday in my Substack. HassanSacks.substack.com, by the way. Hunter Brown at 200-1. It was 250 48 hours ago, and it's getting bet. He's on a throwing program. Should be back in a couple of weeks. End of the month at the latest, it sounds like. Guy had 2 starts to start the year, allowed 1 run in those 2 starts, 17 strikeouts in those 2 starts. He can still win. If this is going to be open and it's just going to be Cam Schlittler and Max Fried and everybody else is going to pee down their leg, for a guy who finished 3rd last year, was a finalist, I think Hunter Brown at 200, 250-1 is worth a speculative ad. Put $10 on it. Put $5 on it. To possibly win $2,000 or $1,000, I think that's worth it. He's really, really good. He was awesome to start the year. Had a little bit of a shoulder strain. That's scary. I get it. But at 200-1, I think it's worth a speculative ad because I don't want DeGrom at 15. I don't want Soriano at 10. So let's go further down the board and let's take a little bit of a shot for a market that is wide the F open. Wide open. I think Hunter Brown is worth a speculative ad at 200-1. That would be my bet. And maybe a little bit of Brian Wu at 45.
Jim Lucas comments, do you like to play division winner parlays? Jake's not anti-parlay. I'm extremely anti-parlay. Unless it's like a hit parlay. I don't parlay anything. I think it's a waste of money. MIO, everyone can do whatever they please, but Jake likes to parlay some guy to win the Masters with some guy to record a hit this afternoon and then wait an entire 365. No, I'm kidding. He would do somebody to win comeback player of the year in the NFL.
Exactly. So for those who don't know, last year.
Hold on. Brian wants our bets. So, Brian, real quick, I'm on Yandy bases home run, Ellie De La Cruz bases home run later, and JJ Weatherholt bases home run. I mean, they're live right now. Yandy's already got 1 base. Time got past us today.
It did, which is fine. It happens. That happens. I mean, if you want to jump in live, I like Junior Caminero over 1.5 total bases. I like him for a home run. I like Tyler Glasnow, ladders, strikeouts. I think he's going to dominate the Astros today. I like Jackson Merrill to hit a home run at 7-1. I like the White Sox on the money line in a bounce back spot. I kind of like the A's actually a little bit at plus 145 because I don't think Zach Wheeler should be a minus 170 favorite just yet, but that's kind of more of a lean than anything. I'll just add it. A's money line, screw it. Rockies money line because I'm not a Freddie Peralta believer, and Connor Griffin over 1.5 total bases plus 145. A lot of plus money. How does it lose? Can't wait to be poor tomorrow.
And then going back to your parlay thing for Luke.
Oh yeah, I mean, in 2024, I did a couple of NFL week spreads, like game spreads. Parlayed with Jake Paul to beat Mike Tyson. Parlayed with Scotty Scheffler to win the Masters, and it was a massive price, and it was a lot of fun. And come the Masters, because those all came through. Come the Masters, I was having a great time, except that Scotty didn't win, but it was still fun. So yeah, I do random ones. I do like an award with something. Yeah, like I do like. I'll probably end up. This is a good point. I'll probably do like the Timberwolves to win the series against the Spurs with like Brian Wu, Cy Young, and like Scotty to win the PGA. I like, stuff like that. But to answer Jim Lucas's question, I'm not anti-division parlay. I never have a strong enough lean on divisions. Like, I'd rather just take them single. Like when we bet the Pirates at 13-1 before the season for the NL Central, that is something I'd rather do. Like instead of trying to pick between the Blue Jays and the Yankees, who's going to win the AL East, or try to pick which one of these stupid AL Central teams is going to win their division. Like if you have a strong lean, you feel strongly about it. I don't hate it, but I'd rather just do single ones.
Yeah, I'm too much of a straight better. Hey, nobody thinks straights are sexy on Twitter, so it is the nature of the beast. But they do seem to love losers. Losing parlays seem to be their bread and butter.
Well, yeah, of course, because that it only takes one, and people see the big numbers. It's sucker bets.
All right, we've been live, hour 5. Jake, any closing thoughts?
Any closing thoughts? Be nice to each other. If you want, I don't care.
Wish everybody to win every single bet they place. Why root for somebody to lose?
Sure. I don't know. That's about it. Colby Morgan says hi. That's about it. And
no, she didn't.
She did. I swear to God. I'm not kidding.
Via text?
Yeah. She said, "How's the show going?"
What was the verbiage?
She said, "How was the show?" I said, "Still going." And she said, "Tell Colby I said hi." It's right there.
I didn't see it.
It's right there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Tell her I said, so guys, make sure you check out betterday.com. All the things over at Better Day, my write-ups every so often over there, especially the MLB Game Center for projections, edges for sides, totals, player props, and all of that jazz. Folks, it's another tool. Use it. Make yourself a better, and have yourself a better day over at, Better Day. This has been Off the Board. I'm Colby Marshall. You can find me at Colby M. Betts. Literally anywhere you need to find me. Substack, colbymbets.substack.com. Pick it. All the plays every single day. Colby M. Betts. Jake Hassan, the Jake Hassan on X. HassanHacks.substack.com for all
my write-up coming up in like an hour.
Well, make sure you go check out Better Day. There's a free trial. Go check that out. Have yourself a better day as well. Let's sweep the cards, folks.
Oh, please.